We are live. Hello and welcome to Cricket Adda presents Wrong One, sponsored by Pan Parag Pan Masala. Uh, I don't know. I have to take a name. I am hoping that Pan Parag pays us. But we are back again. Kevin is back. Advait is back. And so is the second Shubham. Shabby is back with a phone on his side. We don't know who is going to call him. Maybe somebody from the BCCI, maybe somebody from the ICC. We are waiting for that call so that he can take it on stream and we can listen into the conversation. But let's start. Let's discuss about this week's cricket. A lot of cricket happened, and the Ashes. Geez, what a way to end it. Stuart Broad, fairy tale ending for him. Last two balls, last ball wicket, last ball with the bat, six. Stuart Broad getting it absolutely perfect, just moving that little bit away from the left hander. First getting Todd Murphy, then getting Alex Carey. Kevin, your thoughts on Stuart Broad, the whole Ashes thing? Absolutely fantastic. I think it's a very, very, very good series. 2-2. England deserved to win it probably had it not rained in Manchester. But yeah, it is what it is. 2-2 and fantastic ending to Stuart Broad's career.
Yes, it was and I have to give him a shout out because for the courage that he showed to declare his announce his retirement while the test match was going. I think he announced it on the fourth day, and at that time Australia were in a really good state to chase the target, and they were just 3 wickets down. I think for 200 something to 23, or I'm not sure, but yeah, to take that big decision and the way he went about his business, I don't think he was completely wicketless, and in the back of his mind he may have had it like, am I going to finish my last test without a wicket? And I saw in one of his interview where he mentioned that um, Stokes told him that was going to be his last ball of the over, and he was going to get wood on, and he just said, okay, fine, let me make the most of it, and he went and did his bail trick, and I what sorcery, and he got Murphy to edge that, and Stokes said, okay, you get one more over, and he managed to finish on a high, and a very you can say Broader emulated the fighting spirit that the English have. It's for years we've seen English only have the talk and not walk the talk, but he was the guy who actually walked the talk, and he may have not been as successful as in Asia, but against Australia, whom we consider as the pinnacle of you can say of domination, he always managed to do well. So I'm very happy the way he finished, and he didn't try to prolong his career like other greats, and just forced himself to be dropped and from this from the side and fade away. He did it on his own. He did when he was on his top, and I think he was the top wicket taker for England, and that's something to be boasted of.
Yeah, absolutely. Advait, if you could join in here. As Kevin said, Australia were in a pretty good position. We were discussing it last Sunday as well. They hadn't lost a wicket till, say, 130, 140. Then obviously trained on that day. But next day as well, even though they lost Warner and Khwaja early, Smith and Travis Head were building a partnership. And before that break, it seemed that Australia could cruise to victory. But then Chris Wokes, Moeen Ali, chipping in with two wickets each, if I'm not wrong, and then obviously Stuart Broad finishing it off. It was a fantastic day to watch and great theatre towards the end where Stuart Broad getting the crowd to get going, and then as Kevin mentioned, the old bail trick which worked quite again once again. And I think that's the only way to get wickets now. You just have to switch the bails when there's not a wicket and you get a wicket. But otherwise, yeah, fantastic game. And then just a word on Vokes and Moeen Ali just chipping in there 4 wickets in that phase where the game turned on its head, and then Broad finished it off for England.
Yeah, definitely it was, especially the fifth day. Fifth day, you can say it was like the summary of the whole Ashes. Five test Ashes. It was the fifth day because if you see the match, it just got turned. I guess 2 to 3 times itself on the fifth day. First, Australia were cruising, then England struck back. I guess within 200 they were something like three down. I guess Australia inside 200. Then just before the break, Stokesy just dropped Steven Smith. I guess it was match done and dusted for the England, but then England came back. I guess it was like something 100 needed and 2 wickets were left. And then Australia struck back. I guess a 50-run partnership. 50 was needed from 2 wickets. I thought that it would be another one classic one where just like I guess the second match where Pat Cummins and Lyon finished the match from I guess 50 to 69 partnership. I guess once more it was going to happen like that, but that England struck back. So yes, it was quite a great day of cricket for England and Australia, especially looking at how many times the match just shifted from one team to another team.
Yeah, Shabby, if we can get you on camera to discuss the Ashes, just to wrap it up, just to summarize the whole series, if you're available, or else I can go to Kevin. But yeah, very fantastic series, great advertisement for Test cricket, Kevin. Do you think like that's the way to go forward? But I think Nasser Hussain later on in one of the interviews said that yes, it was a fantastic series, but again, it just can't be the top three: India, Australia, and England. Yeah, Shabby is back. Shabby, we're just talking about. The Ashes and how great it was. But again, Nasir Hussain mentioning that it can't just be the top three: India, Australia, England playing each other and playing good Test cricket. The other teams need to step up as well, because the India West Indies Test series which we saw was quite dull. Yes, the second match was draw, but India could have won it had it not rained. I think there was no play on the day on day five. So yeah, but yeah, like how do you see it going forward? Test cricket, how much future is there in Test cricket, or is it just India, Australia, the BGT, India, England, and then England, Australia, the Ashes? Kevin, if you could join in here.
Yeah, so I think one major point that has not been spoken about. This is the first time that we've had the Ashes series without any warm up games, and it just goes to show the tight scheduling and how packed the calendar is, and I don't say it's profitable enough for big teams to play the small teams. And we've also seen South Africa, who have actually are going to play India just for two test matches, just to so that they can incorporate the SA 20. So I'm not sure where cricket goes from here. And the WTC honestly is not you can say is not it's not go- it's just going to it's just a nominal kind of like a title that you're giving to best team. But at the end of the day, it's just the top three teams that are going to get in the revenue, and they're going to show in competitive spirit. You have the mid teams, the three: South Africa, Pakistan, and New Zealand, who are the kind of like the dark horses who will try to compete. And besides that, I think other teams are just fading away, because we have Ireland and I think Afghanistan, who debuted together some 4 5 years back, and they've hardly played any test matches. So there's, I think, yeah, test cricket actually, as long as the big players play, it's going to be alive, but it's going to be like kind of like just within the three teams. I don't see the smaller teams looking to invest into that. So let's see.
Yeah, sure. Just the last point on the Ashes, as Kevin mentioned about the WTC, and the WTC table was announced a couple of days ago, and the big news was that England have been docked 19 points, and Australia, I think, 10 points for overrate. So, I think if England would have lost 4-1, they would have made more points had they not got penalized for overrates. I mean, too many points being deducted. What do you think about that? Is it too harsh? Is it the way forward? Because yes, you want 90 overs in a day, you don't want to see 72 overs being bowled where the crowd is waiting for the rest 18 overs. It's just doing, the players are just wasting their time here and there. So your thoughts on that, on how the overrate thing is going on? Because on the other hand, like some of the England fans have made a point that the Asian teams will never get docked points because they have like three spinners in their team, especially playing in subcontinent conditions. So, your thoughts on that?
Yes, yes, definitely. I would like to pitch in here. I guess team gets 12 point on the match win, right? And then you're cutting 1 point for one lost over, right? Per day. So that is, I'm absolutely not understanding that if you ball just 5 overs less, then you are losing almost 50% of the point which you are getting for the match win. Absolutely, like no relation I can see here that why such a heavy fine. Maybe it was 1 point for 5 overs that should have been there, or maybe only 2 points for 5 overs. That should have been a real or reasonable ask, I feel, from ICC. But this is something very ridiculous that we're getting only 12 points. And again, draw is getting 3 points, I guess, or 4 points. I'm not sure. So again,
Four,
as you
four,
rightly said
four.
that 4 points, yeah. So draw would have earned more points than wasting the over. This is absolutely not acceptable. This is from ICC. But maybe let's hope that rules will change again because most of the times ICC has done that. World Cup final we won, England won on the boundary count, but now ICC changed that rule. So now they are realizing that they have made mistake. So ICC takes time. That's why they are not FIFA, or that's why they are not. I should say FIFA only, right? Yeah, football agency. So we are still building up. ICC is still building up. ICC still needs to undergo improvements. So let's hope on that. And now I would also like to add a few points about the thing which you discussed earlier about the teams of WTC. I guess Sri Lanka is also playing good kind of test cricket. I guess not very bad. I guess they were number three last time. India just went up there above them for the qualifying to final. So Sri Lanka is playing good enough cricket. Maybe not in the all the countries, but at least they are good at home, just like India. And they are having few good players like Karun Ratne and Kushal Pereira and all those who are like playing really good since last 2 3 years. I also remember a few matches where they chased down 250 300 scores in the fourth inning, which is even India can't do right now. So definitely, I'm seeing good matches, kind of India Sri Lanka or India South Africa is definitely tough matches. And again, I got surprised when the three-match series got reduced to two-match series, which was not acceptable, I think. So again, those are good matches. But yeah, qualifying to a WTC final, I don't know how many teams can qualify because even England is losing at home. So for qualifying to WTC, winning at home is the only thing you should do because winning away is tough for everyone. So only India is doing that perfectly. So again, I can see India qualifying to third final as well if everything goes correctly. But teams like England, who are constantly losing at against India, against Australia, and even against New Zealand, I guess. So there won't be any chance for such teams who are losing at home to qualify for WTC final. So let's hope how the next year, next 2 years go in terms of WTC.
I think Kevin is traveling to South Africa for that test series between India and South Africa. He was mentioning me on WhatsApp, so I don't know who's sponsoring him and all, but the inside news is that Kevin might travel to South Africa. But yeah, moving on from the Ashes, let's before we get to Indian cricket, a few retirements being announced and a coach being changed. Let's just discuss that quickly. Alex Hales has retired from international cricket, and the happiest man on earth currently is Ian Morgan. So congratulations, Ian Morgan. I mean, it's pretty much public news that Ian Morgan hated Alex Hales and he never picked him after that debacle of his the drug incident or whatever it was. And I think Hales was supposed to play the 2019 World Cup and never picked. And since then, we have never seen. We saw him in England colors for the 2022 T20 World Cup, which England won, but that was Josh Butler as a captain. So yeah, yeah, Alex Hales, fantastic, not a fantastic career, but a decent enough career, but definitely a fantastic T20 player going around. And Advait, I think you were mentioning that he might just go around now and play all the leagues, whether it's the SA T20, the MLC, the Major League Cricket. Obviously, IPL, the thing is that he has cancelled his arrival a couple of times, so I don't think teams trust him anymore. So that's the only problem. Apart from that, he is a pretty good T20 player, isn't he?
Yes, definitely, because we have all seen how destructive Alex Hills can be. Because before, I guess before this England team started the baseball, one of those rare players in England team who used to play the baseball was Alex Hills, because he used to come up the order, just smash the ballers, and if he sees that, then he can definitely make your team win single-handedly. He was such type of player. And after that incident where after which Stokes got picked in the team and became a superstar, Alexei was never picked in the team. I just don't know why. Because if you see between Jason Roy and Alexei, I would still highly rate Alexei because of his consistency. If you see Jason Roy, he would be, I guess, scoring in five of his 10 matches. In all other 5 matches, he would be the one due to which there was high chance that England might lose the match because of his slow rate. So I guess it was a bit unfair on him, but still, and no words for Ian Morgan because of what he has done to Alex Hales.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
very sad for Alex Hills. Yeah, Kevin, you can join in.
I
Yeah.
think what happened with if Ian Morgan had a backup in Stokes, I don't think Stokes would have made the team as well. It was just that Stokes was indispensable at that time. So even though Stokes got into a lot of issues, they still always had the doors open for him. But for Alex Hales, what happened is, even though he was I think started in 2011, he started the renaissance of, you can say, English T20 cricket. Around, he was actually the flag bearer with Morgan, around, he and Morgan were the only two good T20 players from 2012 to 2014. And then 2015 and onwards, they got in Jason Roy, they got started getting in Besto and all, and the big guys. And if, uh, if I remember, if my memory is really good enough, I think England's top two, the second and third score, the 444 they scored, and I think
Yeah, yeah.
481, both in both the
Both Alex
Games League
Hales
of.
has some big contribution in that. Yeah.
Yes, so he was a very, and just because in 2017, I think when Besto came up, they had a backup option. He got promoted to number 3. He became the backup option, so they didn't need him that much. That is the only main reason why Morgan could say, "Oh yeah, he's had a disregard for team rules and this, that, and all, whatever." But yeah, and I don't I have a lot of respect for Ian Morgan as a captain, what he did, but crediting him completely for the World Cup victory is not true, because had he won the World Cup with his original team, then he would have got the credit. But just before a World Cup, you have your your English, the rules to, the criteria for representing English cricket tweaked just to accommodate a Barbadian.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
Yeah. So that doesn't work in my favor. Had he won it with the guys like David Willey, Liam Plunkett, and all, I would have appreciated. But yeah, so that's with Morgan, and let's see where Alex Hales goes from here, because he's been a terrific player, and the only I think he never got his opportunities with in IPL. He was first picked, I think, by Mumbai. Didn't play much. Came in as a replacement for David Warner in 2019, 2018. Got I think he played few matches, didn't perform well. Then he got a jig with KKR in 2021,
yeah. But he
21,
never arrived.
yeah, 21, 22, and he didn't arrive because I thought
Yeah,
he thought he'll warm up bench, and he said it's not worth waiting in the bubble. So I respect that decision, but and let's see where he goes from. I think he's a really good T20 player, and he has the experience and the way he played. Like, there are some players, like, you can remember them for one or two performances, and you can carry them through their failures, just hoping that they come good on the day that matters. And I think in that semi-final against India, he completely showed that. And no one remembers, like, even Josh Butler didn't have a great tournament, but because of Alex Hales completely took the pressure off him, he was still able to chip in with another 80 plus score. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's kind of an impact that you need from a player. And yeah, so let's see where he goes from here.
yeah, yeah. You talked about the T20 World Cup. I remember that famous interview where Alex Hales is standing besides Ian Morgan, and I think Nick Knight or Ian Ward is asking for Sky. Ian Ward is asking him questions, and throughout the interview he didn't make eye contact with Ian Morgan, who was standing besides him. So yeah, definitely. And the famous thing, obviously, 2021 Morgan helped KKR reach the final, even though he didn't score a run with the bat. And 2022 they replaced Morgan with Alex Hales in
Yes.
the next year's IPL auction. So that was a good thing. But yeah, moving on, talking about the IPL, Shubham, if you want to chip in here, RCB has sacked Mike Hesson. In fact, his contract is over, and they have removed Mike Hesson and Sanjay Bangar. They have not renewed the contract, and they have appointed Andy Flower as the head coach, which means that Virat Kohli will now know what Gautam Gambhir exactly said in the LSG dressing room. So that's the big news here. Doesn't matter whether Andy Flower is a good coach or not. The main thing was that Virat Kohli wanted to know what Gautam Gambhir exactly said in the LSG dressing room after that famous game with Naveen Ulak. So yeah, uh, if okay, so we have some connectivity issues. Kevin, if you want to join here again. You discussed
No, no,
that you were
I'm good to
happy.
continue right now.
Okay,
I'm good to
yeah,
continue
sure.
right now, but
Yeah,
might
yeah,
face some
sure.
issues later.
Yeah, yeah, no issues. But yeah, talking about Andy Flower and RCB, that they have appointed him as the head coach. Thoughts on that?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't know that he was NSG coach earlier, Andy Flower. Is that the case?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Everyone thinks that Gautam
Okay,
Gambhir is the
okay,
coach, but Gautam Gambhir was just the mentor of LSG.
okay. And then why NSG sacked Andy Flower at first place? That's my first question. Or RCB just give him the better amount, so he anyway left.
No, no, no. So LSG,
I think
I mean the
they
contract.
underperformed.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't. They had
maybe.
the team to make it to the finals on both occasions, and both the times they just fell short.
And
And
I know who defeated them in the qualifier too. So no issue. Yeah, about RCB, like I don't know how many of you are aware. Kevin is definitely aware that I am definitely a big time RCB hater.
Okay.
So I don't
you
think
can use the word
any
troller.
kind of any
You can call yourself an RCB troller.
yeah, yeah, you troller hater, you can say anything. And I'm saying this on YouTube. Okay, I'm not scared of
हाँ, ये हम
anything. So
काट के डालने
yes.
वाले हैं अभी इंस्टा पे, हम काट के डालने वाले हैं.
So the point is, RCB have tried this thing since all these years, changing the captains, changing the coaches, changing anything, changing vibes or anything. I don't know what they are doing, but still no respite. They are
I
still
think they
RCB.
changed the owner as well. Vijay Mallya just ran away.
Yes, yes. So that was obligation, I guess. So again, I don't think anything will change their fortunes. It will still be RCB, but let's see if at all they'll go away with Kohli someday directly, and then if at all if we can see any change of fortunes, but I don't think things like this will have like big impact. Again, teams like MI, if I were to pitch in here about MI, so MI actually builds the team for next 5 years, and I haven't seen RCB doing such kind of deals. They have roped in as Faf du Plessis as captain, who is I don't think gonna play more than 1 or 2 years. So what after that? Kohli is anyway going, and I can't see any good young player who is capable of becoming captain there. So again, if you can't have the vision or if you can't have the goal in front of you, you can't run the team for so long years. I should say you can't run the successful team for long years. So let's hope all the best to RCB and RCB fans.
Yeah, I think Shubham made interesting points about RCB and how they have built the team. We will discuss that more towards the IPL. But Kevin, just Andy Flower, who has a fantastic record or a CV as a coach, will it make a difference? Because Shabby made good points that it hasn't made a difference with RCB. Like Mike Hessen had a fantastic record with New Zealand. But here, yes, they reached the playoffs 3 out of the 4 seasons, but couldn't make it to the finals or couldn't win it. What do you think, and how do you see this appointment? Like, do you see a huge change in the
I think it's a
management?
blame
And
game, kind of like. I think it's a blame game. You've not had a title show. You need to blame it on someone. So you've done everything honestly. You've changed your jerseys. You've changed your name. I don't know if it's now when they're going to make it a Royal Challengers Bengaluru. That is, I think, that is the only thing that's left. But yeah, they've done everything, and I think it's a very poor kind of decision in my opinion. I think Hassan did really well. I think the only black dot on his resume, I think, would be that the disrespect that he showed to Yuzvendra Chahal. And I think for that, if they are like they've sacked him, then I'm pretty okay with that, because you choose to invest 21 crores on two players, that's Harshal Patel and Hasaranga, and you could have retained both of them. Okay, you could have retained both of them because they both played for you in 2021 season.
correct, correct, yeah, correct,
If
yeah.
you had the vision that these are my guys, you could have done it, but you try to play with the auction dynamics. You overspent for them, and you should have known that it was not going to work, because you are an analyst. You're an analyst first, and then you're the director. So I think that was one move that backfired completely bad for them. And if you see the team that he built, it was going to be only a three season kind of team. You've invested heavy amounts in Faf. You've invested heavy amounts in Dinesh Karthik as well.
DK,
And
yeah.
Josh Hazelwood is also not going to get young. He's just going to now start prioritizing his kind of cricket. So you're going to lose him as well. So now what do you have? You just stuck up with Hasaranga and Harshal Patel. And if you release him, you're not going to get any good bowlers, or you're going to get any spinners. So I think it's good for
I
Hessen that.
guess uh, I guess there not gonna be any mega auction going ahead. I guess
Yeah.
so. The pool of players available will always be lesser now.
I guess in 25 there would be a mega auction
Yeah,
as per
there
the
are
list.
rumors going around that at 25 they
25.
might
I think
hold. Yeah, yeah.
from an MI perspective, you won't want a mega auction. You'll try as much as possible not to do that, because yeah, and it'll be unfair because you've invested in kind of like youth, and they're doing well, and then suddenly you have to let go to teams like RCB and Punjab, and take your core. But yeah, I think I don't see. I think Maxwell and Patidar, maybe a bit of Shabazz. I think that's the only thing that's left, and the team is completely destructed, self-destructed. But it's okay. Like this is like from an RCB fan, this is nothing new. It's okay. I think let's move on to Indian cricket, because I think it's catching up, like from RCB to Mumbai.
Yes, it is time for the hot topic of the week, of the month, of the upcoming months. It's the Indian cricket team, and every week we just join to make sense of what the selectors, what the coach, and what the captain, Indian captain, is doing. Before that, we will just discuss quickly about the first T20. India has obviously lost once again from a position where they needed 37 of 30 balls with Hardik Pandya and Sanju Samson at the crease with Akshar Patel yet to come. I don't know how they managed to do that, but the last four batters were all number 11s, even though Arshdeep did find a couple of boundaries and it seemed as if India could win the game, but it was not happening. Advait, your thoughts on the game? I think India should have aced that chase, whether it was Gill, whether it was Ishan Kishan. They are now pretty much experienced T20 players, 3, 4, 5 seasons into the IPL. You could have just scored 63 not out, 67 not out, and be there at the end, but no. Tilak Verma played well. You could just add that as well. Tilak Verma, fantastic debut, but disappointing performance, you have to say, because the bowlers did their job. 150 is chaseable irrespective of conditions, isn't it?
Yes, to be honest, because if you look at the scorecard, if you remove the debutant that is Tilak Verma and the bowler who is Ashdeep Singh, no one scored at a rate more than 100. And I guess this is the team that they are looking forward for the next T20 World Cup with Ishan
Yeah,
Kishan, Shubman Gill,
yeah.
Sanju Samson, Hardik Pandya, Sky. These are the players I guess that they would be looking forward in the future. Yes, there would be some I guess Jadeja coming in, but I guess more or less this should be the team
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
looking
This is the
forward.
top six, top
Yes,
six, top seven. Yeah.
yes, this should be the top six, top seven, and one more surprising call. Another Mukesh Kumar debut in West Indies series.
Yeah, he
I
is the
just
new
can't.
all format. He's the second. Only two Indian players have played all three formats. It's Gill and it's Mukesh Kumar. That's fantastic.
I
That guy
just can't.
is
Yes,
just the next Glenn McGrath, I think.
I just can't understand what is the obsession with Mukesh Kumar for this BCCI, because they could have said that we want Thakur in this tour
Yeah,
because he could have been your
absolutely.
number
Yeah,
eight. He could have
yeah,
been definitely your number eight. I guess then we could have even won this match because
yeah.
I guess we lost just by 4 runs if I'm not wrong.
4 runs. Yeah,
And
India
yes,
needed 21 of two
yes,
overs when Aksar got out. So Thakur probably scoring a 15 of seven balls. That's it. The game is done
yes,
there.
yes. That's what I'm saying. I just not understanding what's the obsession with this Mukesh Kumar guy, because he has debuted in non-formats. Yes, he bowled pretty good in West Indies. In the
Yeah,
second,
in the test format. Yeah, in the test
in the
format.
test
Yeah.
format, he bowled pretty well, but he was quite okay in the ODI. He wasn't doing much in the ODI, so I didn't see a point of me getting him his debut cap in the first T20 itself. It should have been done later, I guess, in the fourth or fifth T20 when India might have won all the three T20s, and then to just say that yes, we have brought a youngster, let's just try him and give him his T20 cup, but T20 cap. But giving him his T20 cap this early in the tour, it was quite unimaginable to be honest.
Was he there in the squad? Was
Yeah,
Yes,
he?
he
yeah,
was
he
there.
was in the
Yes.
squad. लेकिन केविन क्या है उसके पास? राहुल द्रविड़ का कोई वीडियो है, हार्दिक पांड्या का कोई वीडियो, क्या
I
हो
don't
रहा है
know. Like
या
एग्जैक्टली?
जय शाह का कोई वीडियो है?
Yeah, I don't know, because test format I completely understand. He had a fantastic Ranji season. He got his debut in the second game. That's where he got his debut in the last test match. But in ODIs, he has played from the first ODI, T20s. And as Advait mentioned, Shardul Thakur is your number 8. He is done decent in the IPL. He gets wickets
या
even though he
दीपक
gets
चहर को
hit.
भी ले सकते हो, टू बी
I
Yeah,
think
ऑनेस्ट.
Deepak Char.
I think
Yeah.
tomorrow, like in future, if any keyboard warrior like me, posts like we're giving preference to IPL cricketers only, IPL performances. I think BCCI is going to show the you know the photo of Mukesh Kumar and say, look, this is a guy who did well in domestic.
Yeah.
And with his performances, he made it to the Test team, the ODI team, and the T20 team.
He hasn't done well in domestic for ODI and T20. Means
No,
for
but
No,
Syed
he
if,
hasn't.
Mushtaq and
if
Vijay
you
Hazare.
they're going to use it like we are recognizing the contribution of Ranji cricket to
Even I guess
Indian
they could have used Shivam Dubey because he's going to the
Shivam
Asian
Dubey,
Games.
even I think Umran Malik is in the T20
Yes,
squad. I don't know what
yes.
they have done,
Means
what Mukesh Kumar has
he's
done to
not
make
even
the
going to the
11.
Asian Games, right? Asian Games is happening. He's not even the
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
that. He's not
Mukesh
even
Kumar,
part of
no,
the
no.
squad.
Mukesh Kumar is
Yes.
not part of the Asian
So
Games and
why
all.
are they trying him? Just
No,
give
he's there in
chances
the
to the
Asian Games. He's there
No,
in
he's
the
not
I
there.
don't think so. I don't think so.
No,
I
no,
No,
he's
don't
he's
think
there.
not
so.
there.
No, no, no.
Isn't there?
I think
No,
Avesh.
that's
I think even Avesh Khan was part of the
yes,
squad.
yes.
Shabby, if you could just join in here, what changes do you see
He's
in
there.
the
He's
next?
there.
In the next, Mukesh Kumar is there in the
Yeah,
Asian
he's
Games
there.
squad.
He's there. He's there.
Means
Jeez,
he's gonna play there also.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Gaikwad, I need to contact Gaikwad and tell him that, please. I mean, yeah,
Mm.
Shavi, just if you could join in, what changes do you see? Because I was expecting a debut for Jaiswal as well, and probably not see Ishan Kishan playing because he hasn't done well in T20 Is for India. And even in the IPL, he has been on and off around at 350, 400 runs, where he could have easily got 500 runs with 7 games at the Wankhede. Jaiswal, with such a fantastic IPL season, I was expecting him to debut. He did well in the test format as well. But now I don't see him making his debut at least till the third or fourth T20I. I think the same 11 is what you're looking at. Probably, as Advait mentions, probably Thakur. But I don't know in place of whom because Mukesh is going to play irrespective of what he does. So, yeah, just changes if you could see any.
Yeah, yeah. So here are two, 3 points to talk about. Firstly,
Mhm.
it's okay with Mukesh Kumar, there is no logic behind playing him. But again, I find no reason of going hard on him because he actually bowled well.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I was actually watching those last 2 overs live, and I was again really happy with the way he bowled. And though even not a single boundary in last 2 overs, which is like very big thing for Indian bowler. Ashdeep also didn't give boundary, but he gave 4 wide balls, which is boundary. So again, that is not acceptable. So Mukesh Kumar was good, and now that we have already debuted him, I guess he will play all the 5 T20s as well because he has already bowled well. Not 5, but at least 3 or 4 of this series he should play. And again, if at all like they are considering Mukesh Kumar here, they might be having some vision in their mind that they might have to rope in for limited over squad as well. Like as you just mentioned that he's already picked for Asian Cup squad. So not Asian Cup, actually Asian Games squad. So
Yeah.
maybe they have to give them give him more chances. And again, the series doesn't matter much. If you play anyone, there is no impact of reason. So just have to give him some more game time. Now moving to Shardul Thakur. I guess Shardul Thakur is not a part of this squad, right? T20,
Yes, he's
or
not a
is he
part.
the? Yeah, he's not a part. So
No, no,
again, the
no.
logic behind it is I feel India, BCCI just right now I feel very adamant of the fact that they don't want to tire out their bowlers who is going to play World Cup, or those who are like they are shortlisted for World Cup, the 15 people. So batsmen would obviously play just to have more practice. Like Shubman Gill is playing, Hardik Pandya is playing, Ishan Kishan is playing. But for bowlers, I guess they have to take more care. So Shardul Thakur is the part of that core bowlers which they have identified, and that's why maybe he's not included in this series, which doesn't matter much to them right now. He's even not there for Ireland series. So I guess that's the logic behind not having Shardul Thakur because he already played Test matches and One Day matches in this series. So I guess it's enough for Shardul Thakur on these two. That's why they didn't take him. Now, a third point was the Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan, I completely agree. I watch Mumbai Indians all the matches very carefully, so I know what is Ishan Kishan's type of play. He is really facing a lot of dot balls these days. Actually, all the Mumbai players have this kind of adat, yeah, what should I say, habit these days
It's a
that
karma.
they generally look for boundaries and just by looking for boundaries, if they play 4 to 5 dot balls, they don't care. But this is absolutely not how T20 cricket is played. They can use this format or use this template in the Wankhede Stadium where boundaries are easy to hit, but this template won't work all over the world. So even Surya Kumar did the same, I guess. He scored like 16 runs in only the 4 balls. and then 10 balls was like absolute dot, and then eventually he out for 21 ball 21, which is again not acceptable because they just think boundaries are easy, but boundaries are not easy everywhere, and then you have to have ability to take running between the wickets as well. So Ishan Kishan did the same mistake. Surya Kumar did the same mistake. Fortunately, Tilak Verma didn't do that. He was good enough while taking running between the wickets as well. So good, but again, I agree with the point that Yashasvi should play. Even I was expecting that. I also sent the came in the expected team one day earlier in the match, and I included Yashasvi in that. But again, I got surprised that Yashasvi was not included in the XI. But I feel he would play some matches, at least two matches in this series. I don't know in place of whom. Maybe in place of Gill he will play, not in place of Kishan, because Gill is definitely not having a good patch right now in any of the formats. And apart from the IPL heroics this year, I don't think Gill anyway has good T20 international record. He's just good in the ODI cricket and Test cricket, I think. So might go
I
away
think he
with
did score a
Gill.
T20
100.
international century, yeah, against New Zealand or Sri Lanka. I'm not quite sure, but in that home
Against Sri
series he did, yeah,
Lanka, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. That one thing
yeah,
I just
yeah,
realized. Correct.
yeah,
In the
but
month of
yeah,
January or December, I guess. Yeah.
correct, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So yes, let's see then. But again, he definitely he had fantastic IPL, no doubt about it. But after
yeah.
that, he is very patchy in his form. So I don't know. Maybe at expense of Ishan or Gill, the Yashasvi should definitely play in the third or fourth T20I. Let's see how it goes.
My opinion on that, I think they're looking to build for 2024 World Cup, and
Hmm.
my opinion is like a little left. I think it's more right way, right wing side. It's like I think they're not keen on going with Sanju Samson. And why I'm saying that is they want they're not, they don't. So what happens is when you're not fixed on your keeper, and you're picking Ishan Kishan, you have to, when you have two keepers in the side and you decide Ishan Kishan to be your pick, to be a keeper, for that matter. And Gill is definitely going to play because he's done well for Gujarat, and uh, you can say he has good relationships with the captain as well, and you've seen what he brings to the table as well. So he's going to be a sure starter. And because of this fantasy for left hand batsman, you have the option of Yashasvi Jaiswal and Kishan. But Kishan, for that matter, can keep wickets, and you're also anticipating the return of Rishabh Pant, who'll come and slot in the middle order. So you considering that, you're not sure whether
But don't you think Gill is very slow starter, just like Kohli? Like he
yes he
builds
is
Yes,
on his game very in the late part of the innings, and I guess that is not acceptable for an opener.
but to be
exactly.
honest, he would be having Ishan Kishan or Yashasvi as on the opposite end. So
Yes,
either of them
coming
could
back to
just
the point, I don't think we've seen Yashasvi Jaiswal and we've seen him explosive. I would pick him first in my T20 team as compared to as an opener, and then I would pick Shubman Gill, and third I would pick Ishan Kishan, because Kishan, I don't think he is technically that good enough a player, and I feel when he'll play against the big teams, you're going to see him get exploited a bit. So I'm not satisfied with that kind of this. But then like the team has a soft corner for Kishan, and now because he's done well in ODI, they expect him to do well in T20. But you have to consider the fact that when you're batting in ODI, you have 10 overs of power play. You're playing in when you're playing in the T20 format, you have just six overs, and a lot of that in between is because our players don't try to rotate strike in the power play. It's just a boundary or a dot. So you see a lot of number of dot balls being played, and I think that's where I think with the success that Virat Kohli has shown and Rohit Sharma have shown in the formats, every player thinks that if they take their time, they can compensate later on. And that is the reason why you see, we don't have the quick starters. Whoever are the quick starters, the explosive guys, they're not as consistent enough. You see the Mayank Agrawals, Tripatis, these guys, to some extent, even Shivam Dubey for that matter, these guys can go, like, in 1 hour they can give you like a 22 run over. But these guys are not picked because when you look at the end of the IPL season and you look at the stats, you'll see, they have a lower average, and you, as compared to the stats of the guys who play this kind of slow cricket. So because of that, I feel like the composition for the T20 team is really poor. But I don't think there is any solution to this matter for as of now. I think Kishan and Gill are going to be the future for India, and at least for the 2024 World Cup. I don't see Jaiswal. They might back, but you would need Kishan to do really poorly, and now I think he'll have to do really poorly in all three formats, because just like we saw with Surya Kumar Yadav, just because he's done well in one format, you backed him for three formats. So Kishan has done well in, you can say, ODI, so you're going to back him in all three, like we've seen the backing of Pant. So let's see where they go from here. I'm very excited. I'm very keen on seeing how Hardik Pandya goes, how he takes this loss, because even Hardik Pandya is trying to be kind of like he's trying to be like a Dhoni. You can count on me. I'm going to take it deep. I'm going to finish the games. And you saw the way he got dismissed, and I think at that point, I think India was like, yeah. And sadly, like Akshar and Samson, when the team should have been taking quick singles, they didn't play too many dot balls, and when they should have gone for boundaries, try to take a quick single, and they lost the game completely. So let's
Yeah.
see. I'm very excited on seeing where Akshar Patel goes from here, because I don't think he's had a great ODI record. Is he in contention for the World Cup? I'm not pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. We will get to the World Cup. Just before that, Advait, if you could just quickly chip in on the T20 World Cup thing, 2024. It is, I think, same conditions, West Indies, USA. Kevin is sponsoring us for the India games. But yeah, as you mentioned, this seems to be the top six. Is it that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have played the final T20I for India and they won't be considered, or do you see they might be coming back after the 2023 World Cup? At some point, there will be a discussion where whether one of them comes back, both of them have an opportunity. Just quickly on that before we move on to the
To
2023
to
World
be
Cup
honest,
squad.
both of them won't be coming back, because if you look at the current side, what they are picking up, either of them can just come in for Ishan Kishan, because at three we have got Surya Kumar, he won't be going anywhere soon. Tilak Verma, I guess he should be given more chances because of his explosive batting. I guess he's the type of middle order batsman that we seriously need at this point of time. At number five we have the captain, and at number six we will be having a finisher if not Sanju Samson. Means we will need Sanju Samson if we need to slot in either of Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. So if Rohit or Virat comes in for in place of Ishan Kishan, then we need to Sanju Samson at number six. So there's a very rare chance that even one of them comes, but I don't see both of them coming together at once, because there's just
Yeah.
no place for both of them. And most probably, I guess Rohit Sharma won't be the one coming back, because looking at his fitness, I don't see that he would be going that far 2024 T20 World Cup, because even his IPL numbers are not so. The BCCI won't be keen
They are
because he's not
poor. They
playing.
are poor. To
Yes,
be honest, they are poor. They're not great
yes,
or anything. They're just poor. Yeah.
because he's
Absolutely,
currently
bro.
not
Absolutely, bro.
because he's
Yeah.
not currently playing any T20I. So the only way to judge him would be the IPL, and he hasn't performed in IPL, I guess, from since the last 5 to 6 years. So I don't see Rohit Sharma at least making any comeback in near
या
future in T20.
केविन प्राइवेट चैट में पूछ रहा है व्हाट अबाउट केएल राहुल भाई अभी एक ओवर मेडन खेलने का टाइम गया
Yeah,
इतना टाइम
so
And
नहीं
yes,
है
on KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal, I guess you said that Mayank Agarwal wasn't consistent. If you just remove
no,
last
no,
year,
he's not
I
consistent.
guess I
no no
guess
he said he's a quick starter he said he's a
yes,
Quick
quick
he's a
starter.
quick
starter
starter. Quick starters are not consistent, right?
Yeah.
To
yeah
be
yeah yeah
honest, if you remove just the last year of IPL, Mayank Agarwal was quite consistent.
Yeah, 2 seasons he had. So my point is, he had two very good seasons with Punjab. They made him captain, and
Yes,
then after that, he's been completely
yes,
destroyed. Yeah.
yes. He was quite consistent with Punjab, Mayank Agarwal, but
yeah
he wasn't picked in the team because of Virat Kohli's, KL Rahul, and Rohit Sharma. There was no
yeah
place. So
yeah
yes,
Yeah,
yeah let's
Mayank
yeah
Agarwal
yeah
can be
Kevin
like the Jason Roger team, but the problem is you don't want to back that kind of like a player.
yes.
And
yeah
I
India
think,
doesn't bank like those
yeah,
kind of
I'm
players
very
yeah
very excited to see what happens. See, as much as I'm concerned, I don't think like Rohit Sharma has a chance of coming back. Virat Kohli still averages 50, did well in the World Cup as well. And just because you have to bench the captain, you need to bench the other competitor as well. So he's gone out. But I think you need a Virat Kohli in the team, because
And yes,
he has the kind of like experience, and you saw what he can do with the experience in the game against Pakistan that he did.
I
And
guess he
you
would be
cannot,
just before. Yes, I guess he would be coming back into team just before the World Cup, like Ashwin does always. He would
Yeah.
just come. He would just come back one series before the T20 World Cup. He would be back in the team. I'm just saying.
7 games in
Yeah,
Chinnaswamy in the IPL. I'm telling you,
yeah, the
Virat Kohli
interesting
is.
thing is the T20 World Cup is right after the IPL, because IPL will end May mid, and then June 4 the T20 World Cup starts next year. So you don't have time in between. Whoever performs in the IPL is straight into the World Cup is what I believe.
Uh,
I don't
just a
think.
And
point. Like Rohit Sharma, I'm guessing Ishan Kishan is also not performing to his potential
Yeah,
in
but
in
he's
the
yeah,
IPL.
yeah.
he's a left-hander and a keeper. He
Yeah,
plays
I'm
for
just
Red
telling you
Sox.
that only because if he's not performing in the IPL and if T20 World Cup is right after the IPL, if he's scoring 300, 350 in the IPL, then I guess he's just gonna get benched.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
Because
I
Sanju Samson, he would be scoring 450, 500 in the next season. So
The bold prediction
No,
coming in from
yeah. So,
Advait Lajke.
if Sanju Samson plays responsibly, slowly takes his time, and gets the stats like KL Rahul, I think this guy can get 600 runs. But I think he's trying to play, and this loss that the way Rajasthan got knocked out of the IPL, despite being favorites, I think is going to hurt him bad, and he is going to come back strong. And we're going to see a lot of changes, I think, with Padikkal as well. Moving out and they getting in the required players for him to play the kind of game.
And what
And
about our sponsor, Riyan Parag?
oh yeah, and you
no,
have
I
Rian
don't think.
Parang as well, who's like coming into his own zone with the
Yes,
criticism and all. So
What a tournament. Deodar Trophy, man of the tournament, 200s, 195, picking up wickets as well.
and
21-year
Rajasthan
old.
Royals posting all his hundreds, I guess. All his innings, Rajasthan Royals are
Uh,
just posting it on Instagram. So I'm not thinking. So I'm just not sure that they are releasing him so soon.
yeah, so
yeah,
and
that's sad. I wanted him in the auction because I was looking at him as a potential like a number 4, number 5 for some teams. But yeah,
yeah, and the very fact is like the teams that bid for him is like Gujarat and CSK have bid for him along with Rajasthan. Just goes to tell you like they believe in this guy. This potential is
He's a
pretty
good
young.
player of spin.
yeah. He is. See, he has always killed it in the SMAT, the Syed
I
Mushtaq
think it's
Ali
more of
Trophy.
the
It's
attitude.
just
I
the
think the
yeah.
attitude that he has, no complaints coming down at 5-6. You saw Surya Kumar Yadav as well didn't get his recognition when he was batting down. But in you like if like as a youngster coming into the team batting low, I think you have to take a chance. Even Deepak Huda for that matter, when he played for Hyderabad, absolutely didn't perform at all. The moment he met when he was coming into speak around 25, Hyderabad said, "Okay, fine, we're not going to back you." Went to Punjab, did well. Went to LSG, did well. Had a poor season last year. I think got distracted
Yeah,
with
couldn't
India
score
setup.
a run.
Yeah,
Couldn't
he couldn't
score a
score a run.
run.
But these guys, you have to back them for a long haul.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah, remember that time when Deepak Huda was India's number 3, he scored a T20 100 against Ireland, and now he's nowhere, unfortunately. But yeah, moving on to Kevin's favorite topic. Let's do it. Let's do it again. I think the Asia Cup squad is going to be announced in, say, the next week or the upcoming week. So why not we pick it before the selectors? Because what else do we have to do? Nothing. And here we go. I've made a sheet. Let's go. Rohit Sharma. Those who don't agree with me can leave. I mean, he's the only one who is confirmed on the team sheet right now.
because he's captain.
Virat
Like,
Kohli is
come
also
on.
confirmed, I guess.
Yeah, 3 players, 4 players are confirmed. Let's just go with that. Captain भी लिख देते भाई
Yeah,
बाद में.
because he's in the team. And so the thing, I'm expecting Rohit
Okay.
Sharma to have like a Colin Munro kind of season, but you can't drop him because he's captain.
Yeah, let's go. Virat Kohli, number 4. So, the
Ayer.
news which I have read is that Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul might not be fit for the Asia Cup. So, let's assume that they are not fit. So, let's go with Ishan Kishan is obviously making the
No, but still,
squad.
I guess Shreyas Iyer and KL will make the cut.
Surya
Even though if
Kumar Yadav will make the squad. Sanju Samson will make the squad. Then you have Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja. Now let's go with the 3 pacers who we are assuming will be fit. Mohammad Siraj, Mohammad Shami, and Jasprit Bumrah. That's 12 now. We
Hmm.
have 3 more spots remaining, out of which Kuldeep Yadav is surely one spot. 2 more spots remaining. Do we go with Yuzvendra Chahal and Aksar Patel, or you have any other options? Let's
no,
discuss.
I guess to be honest, only one of Sanju Samson or Ishan Kishan will be picked, not both of them.
You have to pick a backup batsman, which
I
is
am
Krishna.
assuming that
Uh,
Shreyas and KL both are not fit. If one of
They
them
are
is
not.
fit,
I guess they are not fit just for the Asia Cup because then
Asia Cup, yeah.
there will be three matches for the Australia series too. So I guess
Yes,
they would
This
yes,
is
be
yes.
playing
this
both
is this is the
three
Asia Cup
matches.
squad or World Cup squad? This is, I think, the Asia Cup.
Let's
World Cup.
let's go with the Asia Cup squad. I will
Okay, it is
remove this.
Asia
This
Cup.
is the Asia Cup squad. Yeah. Two spots remaining. Asia Cup is in UAE. I mean, sorry, Sri Lanka. India play all their matches in Sri Lanka, Dambula, Kandy, whatever the ground is. Do you expect four spinners or so?
Thakur will come in, I guess.
Yeah, let's discuss one spot at a
Have
time.
you put
Kuldeep
Akshar
and
Patel in the it? No, and
no,
you
no,
still
not yet.
done with okay.
Kuldeep and Jadeja are the two spinners. Do you go with Chahal slash Aksar? Do you go with both or and one of them is Shardul? How are you going about it?
I'm going
Kevin,
Chahal and
Advait,
Thakur.
Chahal and Thakur.
Okay,
Advait?
no, I will go with Akshar and Thakur because they won't anyway picks because they are not going to pick Chal anyways because that's how they are doing
Okay,
with
so
Chal.
we will do Yuzvendra Chahal slash Aksar Patel. We are not sure. And then obviously Shardul Thakur as the 15th player. So this is the 15 which we are going at. Asia Cup squad. You saw it here first. Wrong one. अगर यही squad हुआ तो obviously ये reel cut होके Insta पे जाने वाली है. And then obviously we're tagging Ajit Agarkar saying that he copied us because he's the head selector. Shabby, if you want to join in here, your thoughts on this. And obviously, once I stop sharing, we will discuss the big point which we read on CrickBuzz. But Shabby, before that, your thoughts on this card? Any changes? Any other picks you want? Say a Prasid Krishna, or I mean, if he's fit, obviously, or Mukesh
In the
Kumar.
Ireland
We
squad,
missed
right?
out Mukesh
Prasid Krishna.
Kumar. Prasid Krishna has been picked for the Ireland series,
Yes,
so we
means
are
he's fit.
yeah, he is fit, and they will see how he goes in the Ireland series, and depending on that, they will consider him probably for the World Cup backup squad. I don't see him making the 15 because the three pacers which we discussed, and if the fourth is it's Thakur because of his batting ability. Shabby, just chipping in quickly if you want to make any changes in this squad.
Yes, so first
I
of
mean,
all,
you
the
might not see
latest.
might not see Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, but they are in the squad. Yeah,
No, no. So the latest news is the news which we're talking about the KL Rahul and
Shreyas
Shreyas
Iyer.
Iyer
Yeah.
not making it to Asia Cup is like 4 days older news. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes,
Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
yes. You
I'll
are
just turn
audible.
off the
Yeah.
cam to save
yeah. Sure,
Sure,
the
sure,
sure.
sure,
bandwidth.
sure.
Uh, yes, yes. So main thing I want to talk about the news that Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul are not available is like 4 to 5 days old. The next news came that KL Rahul is mostly available. He is fit earlier than Shreyas Iyer. So I definitely see him making the comeback here in place of we all know Sanju Samson.
Hey,
So
just a
I guess
question:
he's coming. Mhm.
is KL fit even for keeping?
Good question. Good
Because he
question.
might the clips which I have been seeing, he's just been batting. He has not been keeping in those clips. So if he's not fit for keeping, then I don't see him making the 15. Then I don't see him making him the 11 or the 15 also for that point. Because
Oh,
he won't be the
interesting point. Interesting
because
point, Kevin.
because
If you want to
he
chip in
won't
here,
be
yeah,
the because he won't be a preferred opener. Then number three would be
correct,
Virat Kohli. Number
correct.
four, Shreyas Iyer slash K Rahul slash Surya Kumar. So there's a lot of competition. At number five, you are definitely gonna pick up a wicket keeper.
Hmm.
So I don't see K Rahul going ahead of Iyer if he's fit, or even ahead of Sky for that matter, because Sky could be a finisher, which even Rahul can be. But that's just a pure point of view.
No,
केविन
excellent
काफी
point.
कंफ्यूजन है आप कुछ अगर इधर आपका
Yeah, it's an excellent point. I think this is something that we were discussing behind the scenes as well, and
या
because so the point is like if KL Rahul cannot keep, now what do you do? So the only option that they have is they have to drop Shubman Gill and play Ishan Kishan, and that is why they're backing Ishan Kishan to open and not in the middle order
yeah, so
because
let's come to that point which is the talking point. I'll just stop sharing the this is the squad. Just remember that
yeah.
when Ajit Agarkar picks the squad, we can tag him saying that you saw it first on Wrong One, which is the most interesting cricket podcast going on right now. But yeah, Kevin, coming to the point which we talked about on the group as well, and we saw the news that what the team management is considering is that they will open with Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan, right left combination, so you get a keeper there for sure. But what happens is Shubman Gill gets pushed down the order, probably at number 4, because I don't see Kohli moving
Yeah.
from 3 to 4, even though Kohli batted at number 4 in the 2011 World Cup, the famous 2011 World Cup. But still, Kohli has to bat at 3. Then does Gill bat at 4, and then Hardik at 5, and then Surya at 6? Is that what you are assuming? If, say, Iyer and Rahul are not fit, Kevin, your thoughts on
Okay.
that? Because I talked to you yesterday as well. Opening against a Kyle Mayers and a Jaden Seals is easy compared to opening against a Mitchell Stark and a Trent Bolt and a Shaheen
Exactly.
Shah Afridi. So it won't be easy for Ishan Kishan. We all know he has his technical difficulties. When the ball starts swinging, he struggles.
Bouncing.
Suddenly, yeah, bouncing as well. So you never know. Yes, he did well in this, got 350s, but I'm not sure whether you want to see him as an opener for the whole World Cup. Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, so like what I'm saying is ki like you have Dravid as coach, a lot
Hmm.
of pressure on him, and
Hmm.
2007 nightmares because
Yes.
you had a very good player and you pushed him down to number 4, and
Yes.
Shubman Gill or Virat Kohli batting at number 4, and if it doesn't work out, so that's why I was saying that I would like to prefer to back Sanju Samson, because in case if KL Rahul is not fit, you always had the option to play Sanju Samson there. You didn't have to push Gill. Now what has happened is from the time you have pushed Gill to number 3, he's not done well at all. I don't think he's done well in any format from the test. I'm saying you pushed him
Gill,
down to
Gill.
number 3 in the
Okay,
test.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
Gill.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Shuman Gill. What
Yeah,
I
yeah,
meant
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
say. Oh,
No, no,
so
we
yeah.
got confused when Gill batted 3. You
Yes,
you
in
clarified
ODIs.
it in tests.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
you
no, not in
clarified
ODI.
it.
So
Yeah,
from the time you
yeah.
pushed him to number 3 in the test, so he's not had that kind of you can say he's not had game time. He ODIs also was okay. Now you are back. You're hoping he does well because uh, the last thing you want to do is you don't know about the form of what Rohit Sharma is going to do in ODIs. Your Asia Cup is where you're going to come to know. Even if an
Yeah,
Rohit Sharma is out of form, you still have to back him because he's your captain.
obviously. Yeah.
You have Virat Kohli. If he doesn't do well, you're still going to back him. Now you have backing two out of form players. You have now Shubman Gill. You can't play him at his own position because you need to get in a keeper, and the keeper is only scoring runs on the top of the order. He's not going to score in the middle. So it's a big mess like that. From that aspect, I think it's like this is you can say it's going to be very interesting as to how they go about it. I keep saying this why is because you're just hoping that your 11 is perfectly fit and informed. We've not spoken about the informed kind of concept because, Advait made a very good point. He said ki if KL Rahul is not fit to keep, then what you do? Because now you're having a player who cannot keep and you don't know anything about his form as well.
Yeah.
So, do you say, okay, fine, Shubman Gill, and the good thing for them as of now is that Shubman Gill has not scored runs, so you can drop him and saying that oh he was not in form, so that's the reason we backed KL Rahul, and all KL Rahul has to do is just get two good 50s,
No,
and he
but
should be happy
you're
with it.
saying drop Gill as an opener and get KL in the middle order.
Yeah, KL it will be batting in the middle
Okay.
order itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Because
have to
KL
put
as an opener is a strict no-no right now at this point.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can't, yeah, you can't do that much of tweaking. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think good thing
I mean,
for
Ravi Bhai can do that. Ravi Bhai had suggested that KL will bat in the middle order in the England series, and suddenly KL gets injured, Mayank gets injured, KL opens, scores 81, gets 100 at Lords. But yeah, sorry. Moving
I
on. Yeah.
just and one more thing, I just had like kind of like a vision, like do we get Ravi Chandran Ashwin and play him at number 4? Because Gautam Gambhir
Nee,
was
nee.
suggesting that sometime in 2019. So
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. See,
He
Axar is
just
batting at
technically,
just
number 4.
yes, just to
Axar is
have
he's
batting at
Surya
technically
number
Kumar
good.
4.
Yadav bat at number 6, we can have Ravi Ashwin to bat at number 4 is what I'm saying.
Yes, Ashwin is technically better than I guess Akshar Patel. So he can
Yeah.
bat at number 4.
Yeah.
He used to open for Tamil
Shabby
Nadu.
is joining us from the chat. KL Rahul might be having keeping drills as well at NCA because BCCI does consider him as a keeper since
Yes, no,
2021.
I
Yeah.
am just saying
Yeah.
that the Insta reels means as much footage that we are having of KL Rahul, he has not been seen keeping. He was
Yeah.
just hitting
I
his
will
shots.
put
He
a
was just
personal
batting.
camera as well on KL
Yep,
Rahul
and he
from
has to keep for
tomorrow. Yeah.
He
50
wasn't
overs.
keeping.
The good thing is that
Yes,
I think if your player gets injured while keeping, you can get
You,
another person to keep. You don't have to keep
yes.
yeah.
picking from the 11.
I
So
guess in
Yeah.
Asia Cup, even if he's picked, he would be. I guess he would be just playing as a proper batsman. Then in the Australia series, we might see that he might be just keeping.
Yeah.
but I don't see that in
Hey,
the
the
Asia
last
Cup will
thing
be
I
given.
heard was the Pant has started keeping. So I don't know. Just joking, just joking. But Advait, let's get back to the point. Give me your top six with options. Say, if everybody is fit, do you go with Sharma, Gill, Kohli, Iyer, KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya? Is your top six considering all are fit?
All are fit and KL is keeping, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah,
Okay.
Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill to open with
Mm,
Virat Kohli at three. At
yeah.
four, Shreyas Iyer. Number five will
Yeah.
be KL Rahul. Number six should be Hardik Pandya.
Hardik Pandya. Now let's go at options. Say Iyer is not fit. Who do you replace him with?
At number four will be having KL Rahul. Number five, Hardik Pandya. Number six it should be Sky. Just
Surya Kumar
slot on.
Yadav. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
This is for
And
the World Cup. This is for the World Cup, you're saying?
yeah, yeah. This is
Yes.
this is the next for the next say for 5 months. How many
Okay.
months? No, August से November. Huh? 4 months, 3 months, whatever it is. And
Hmm.
say now if KL Rahul is unfit, how do you go about it? Do you
That's
push Gale down the order? Do you bring in Sanju Samson? What are the options you are looking at? Personally,
if
your opinion.
if it's personally my opinion, and I would give you both the options. If it's my opinion, then Sanju Samson should bat at number six, at number five, with Sky at six, and means is Iyer fit in this
Yeah,
case?
but considering one Iyer is fit, KL Rahul is not
Okay,
fit.
then Iyer at four, Hardik at five, and Sanju at six. But it won't be happening that way. Ishki should be made to open, and
Gill
Shubman
will
Gill
be
would come
pushed
at
down
four.
the order.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a
Interesting
question:
too.
if
Yeah,
Gill
yeah,
comes at four, then I don't see Iyer playing. Then it would be, I guess, Sky who will bat at six, because Iyer
yeah,
won't bat at five.
yeah. Iyer won't bat at five. Gill batting at
No,
five doesn't
Iyer
make
won't bat
sense.
at six because Hardik
Yeah,
won't bat at six.
yeah,
Hardik would be the one batting at five. He's not batting at six.
yeah. I think
And
Aksar has to bat 1 to 6. That's the only option now. I don't know what's happening.
I'm saying Akshar is not
Shabby,
so
playing.
so means we
Shabby,
need
yeah,
to get KL fit. We don't have any other option
yeah.
other than getting KL fit for keeping.
2019, we are completely on Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya, please bat, please bowl. If you don't, like we have
Yes.
Kedar Jadhav, he'll bowl few overs. If you don't have him, let's put in some like a Shankar. This 2023 is like every player we have need a backup for.
Shabby,
We just need a backup for KL.
yeah. Shabby, how much should you get paid to solve this mess at the moment? Because Rahul Dravid is getting paid 5 CR, I think, per year. Do you need more than that, less than that? But yeah, uh, what Advait mentioned, I think top six. Do you agree with that? Considering all are fit, Rohit Gill, Kohli, Iyer, Rahul, Hardik.
Yes, yes, we have to agree with that because that's what the team is considering as the top player since last few years.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Now,
so
now
talking
moving on.
about, yeah,
Yeah, if Iyer is not fit, Advait mentioned that then you push KL at 4, Hardik bats 5, and Surya slots in at 6. You agree with that?
yes. So just a minute again, who is not fit, you said?
Iyer is not fit. Do you go with
Yeah.
KL at 4,
Yeah,
Hardik at
so if
5,
Iyer
and
is
Surya
not fit, then
slots
the
in it?
keeper problem doesn't arise, right? The keeper will
Yes.
stay as KL Rahul. So
Yeah.
no problem in that at all. KL Rahul has to move upwards because of more experience. And again, he was opener initially, so he has ability to play a bit upwards than his normal position. So obviously, KL Rahul can move upwards here. I remember in 2019 World Cup when Dhawan got injured suddenly, he from number five he promoted to number two directly, KL Rahul. So we always treated him like that floater.
Yeah,
So he
KL
will
Rahul, I
be
think
a floater for us.
also got worked as a pilot once when the flight was not working because he was the only guy who does all the things. But yeah, this
Yeah.
is but
Was it a
yeah,
Exactly,
Punjab flight
exactly.
that crashed?
but the main issue arises if KL Rahul is not fit. Advait also mentioned. Then you have two options. Which option are you going with? Are you slotting in Ishan at to open and Gill at 4, and then get Surya at 6? Because then suddenly there are a lot of changes. Because then you drop Iyer as well. You get in Surya at 6. Bats 4 and Kishan
No, no,
opens.
no. So here,
Hmm.
no, no. So here, I feel they wouldn't alter the open combination or toxic combination if at all they want to.
Yeah, he had the solution. He had the solution just at
I
the
guess
wrong moment.
he was breaking in Sanju
I'm
Samson.
sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry. I
that
guess
that
I
was the
lost. I lost again.
Hmm.
yeah.
Am
I
I
mean, even
audible
the
now?
Indian team is lost.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
you're
the Indian
audible.
team is lost, so
We're
it's fine.
waiting for you.
Even the Indian.
You're going to say what we want you to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So just I want to say that they will consider Ishan Kishan as a middle order batsman, just like Pant. I guess they
Okay,
already did the
okay,
same in test matches. In test matches, West
okay.
Indies series, they already considered him. And he's not a very bad player of spin. He plays spin very well, which is a necessity in the ODI middle order, overs 20 to 40. And he can always chip in with a few boundaries when generally the game is stable and you just have to build on few overs. So I guess he can be a good middle order batsman as well if at all thing arises.
Just a question: where will Ishan Kishan bat in the middle, at number 4 or number 6? Because Hardik's not going from number 5.
Four,
Maybe
four, five,
No, no, he'll bat
six.
at six. Hardik will bat at six.
Yeah,
Hardik won't
yeah.
bat at 6. I
No, no.
don't see him batting at 6
If
because
Ishan
he's the
is
because he's the
Ruko,
captain of T20. He's the captain of T20, right? T20
yeah,
side.
yeah.
So I don't see that him moving any lower than number 5. He's a person who won't move down
This is
to
World Cup
accommodate him.
2020. World Cup, na?
World Cup,
Even in the
ODI,
ODI World
ODI
Cup,
World Cup,
yes,
ODI,
even in the
ODI
ODI World
World
Cup,
Cup.
I don't see him batting any below than number 5
No, no.
because
No, no, no.
I'll take
See,
off
if
this
if
beard.
everybody is available, he has to bat at six. Say
Yeah,
Ayer
he's going to
four,
bat at
KL
six. I'll take
five,
off this beard if he
then
bats at
Har.
five. He'll come once or twice.
No, no. Wait, wait, wait. You're taking off your T-shirt if he bats at five.
Beard, beard.
Acha, beard.
okay,
Take off my t-shirt.
then he should be the
Girls
one
got
batting at 4,
excited.
right?
Girls got
if,
excited
if
suddenly.
Samson scores a century, then I might take off my t-shirt.
Okay,
Okay, big, big, big. When,
In
when,
the
when, when?
in the Asia Cup or in the this.
In the Asia Cup.
Yeah, Asia
okay,
Cup
okay,
or in the World Cup, then I might take my t-shirt off.
Okay,
okay.
okay. Big reveal coming in. Inside news. I mean, it's not inside.
Exclusive
The
news.
yeah, exclusive news coming in that Kevin will remove his T-shirt. We will at least have 27 people watching that stream. I will make sure that 27 people are watching that stream. If Sanju Samson scores a century in the Asia Cup or the World Cup, he has to be picked
But
for the score.
who is gonna be the where would Ishan Kishan bat at number 4 and number 5?
I don't think they're considering Ishan as a middle order
Like
batter.
even
Is
if he's
what I believe.
batting in the
Yeah.
middle order, at what position he bats? Even if Hardik goes at 6, because if
Yeah.
he's batting at number 4, will you pick
Hmm.
Shreyas Iyer for 5?
No, no. Shreyas bats 4, Kishan 5, Hardik 6
No,
is
it
Is
won't
what you
Kishan
are
happen like
good?
that.
thinking.
Is
Yeah,
Kishan
so
good enough? That good enough a player to
No,
bat
no,
at
no.
number 5?
No, no,
no.
no. He's not. He's
So
not.
so what I
But
feel is what my opinion. I think Kulkarni didn't ask me my opinion, but I'll say
I
my
was coming to you. I was coming to you, Kevin. You have
okay.
see. I keep the best for the last. Nah, you
Okay.
have to wait. Be patient. I will come
Yeah.
to you. Do you agree with the top six considering all are fit?
Me.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Of course. We have no
yeah. Now,
option.
yeah. No option. Yeah, Iyer. If Iyer is not fit, I think Surya comes in at six, and KL and Hardik are pushed one position
No,
above.
I don't
So
agree.
that you don't agree. What is if Iyer is not fit? How do you go
I
about
I
it then?
I'm backing my player. If Iyer is not fit,
Who?
Sanju
I would pick Sanju Samson, but
At
I'm telling
four.
you,
Sanju at
yes,
at
4.
6
yes.
6.
But what I'm saying is the team management is
No, no.
irrespective
Sanju
of
at 4, KL at 5, and
Sanju at 4.
no, no.
uh,
I'll put KL at four,
Huh.
Sanju at five, and I would have Hardik at six.
okay,
But
okay.
what the team
Just a
management is
question:
going to do is going to play.
He's just increasing the chances to remove his T-shirt. That's what he's doing, Kevin. Yeah.
who is the better finisher, Sanju or Hardik?
Good question.
Uh,
Currently,
I
looking
think
at current
it's
Hardik's
Rinku
form.
Singh. It's Rinku Singh.
Any
yeah,
serious question? He won't be the one. Who is the better finisher?
I think you toss a
Is
coin
it
in this case.
Sanju? Is it Sanju? Is it Hardik? Because Hardik's not the one who is finishing games.
Yeah,
So
115 strike rate is not enough to
yeah,
finish games.
considering the way I've seen like Sanju play the first match, I would say Hardik. But yeah, I will back Sanju Samson because he has the game and he has
See,
trains against two of the good spinners when it
So means
comes in the
Hardik at
nets.
5, right? Hardik
Yeah.
at 5, right? And Sanju at 6.
No, no, I'm backing. I'm backing. So the thing is,
The better finisher comes late, right? He won't be the
so
middle order
no.
player.
So if I need a guy to take on the spinners in the middle overs, I would have Sanju bat at five and keep Hardik for the you can say is for the pacers because if like my theory is that whenever Hardik comes in early, he loses his wicket trying to play defensive shots. But if I have him come in late, I don't mind him losing his wicket trying to take on boundaries. and that's where I
Yeah,
want.
but you're not picking Surya.
No, irrespective of the situation, I'm not picking Surya Kumar Yadav.
Surya Kumar Yadav, you're not picking.
No, because
Acha.
I've seen Sanju Samson score an 80 and almost try
Where?
to win the
Huh.
game in
In
ODI.
South against South Africa.
Yeah,
Huh.
if
Yeah.
if Surya Kumar Yadav, in the opportunities that he has, if he can score that in, an ODI, like
Hmm.
an 80 or long innings bat in,
Hmm.
then I have no, I can rest my case and I'll just, you can say, back this. But I don't think he has the kind of game, because what happens is in like T20 game, it's you play an outrageous shot, and there's a field placement that takes place. But in ODI, what happens is you play the shot, they expect you to play the shot again, and you
Yeah.
don't, and it's not so easy to, because you have to bat long. So that's where I don't think the game is in favor of Surya Kumar Yadav.
Yeah.
So
हेलो अजीत भाई, वो केविन बोल रहा है सूर्या को मत लो.
कौन सा,
स्क्वाड में
पवार को बोला
मतलब
कि आगरकर को बोला?
अजीत
स्क्वाड में
आगरकर
मतलब
भाई, अजीत आगरकर सिलेक्टर है.
ओके,
पर
नहीं
बट
नहीं,
या
पर
सो
अगर अगर कर
या
बोलेगा ये तो मेरे घर के बाजू में रहता है, उसको तो लेना ही पड़ेगा.
hilarious. But so you are picking Sanju and
yes,
obviously KL and Hardik. Now the big issue is when KL is injured. I think it's
संजू
pretty straightforward for you. You are bringing in Sanju.
yes. But what I feel is what the management is going to do is, irrespective of whoever goes
नहीं,
out.
अभी मैनेजमेंट आप भी है अभी.
No. I'm saying what Indian team is going to do is that,
Yeah,
irrespective of who gets injured, they're going to play Kishan at that guy's position. So
I
if
think
there's,
that's it for India. Then I think we should just lose hopes about the World Cup and all.
yeah, because
Despite it being despite it being in India, I don't think if Kishan is opening, it has to be Sharma and Gill to open. Unfortunately, not unfortunately,
No, but
irrespective of whatever happens.
I
Yeah.
feel India's bowling would be the dominant aspect in this World Cup.
no, no,
I
no,
don't know
no,
why,
no.
but I just feel.
No, 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 no.
Where is Shami? Shami, when was the last time Shami played ODI cricket?
will Shami
2019 World
play?
Cup, I think.
Will
And
Shami
you're
play?
considering him as your, I think, the second pacer
Mm,
No,
or
Siraj
third
is the
pacer,
second
third
pacer.
pacer.
अच्छा,
Yes,
सिराज है बोल रहे अद्वैत सर. सिराज एंड बुमराह.
Siraj should be added in the pecking order because of his current form.
Yeah, so you have one Siraj and you play, you're going
Yeah,
to play
Siraj
Bumrah
is
with
number
him.
one in the
Yes,
rankings. Yeah.
Obviously, Bumrah is the first choice, right?
yes,
Irrespective
and
of
then
whoever
Yeah.
is
and
the second.
for third pacer we will be having Hardik Pandya. So I don't
Hardik
see Shami
Pandya,
playing.
and
And
then three
with
spinners in
with Bumrah,
Kuldeep
you have
and
something called
Jadeja.
as workload management that is going to happen in the World Cup, I presume. I don't think he's
No,
going
no,
to
no,
be all
not in the
90.
World Cup. It can't happen in the World Cup. India is playing games after a week and all. They play only on Sundays because बीच
Okay,
में practice करने का है.
okay.
I don't know. That's
हार्दिक
how
को
और
they are scheduled.
संडे को रेवेन्यू भी चाहिए इसमें.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that's how they have worked out the schedule. And
Imagine Samson in the side, and then your one day news, like, he got hit by Bumrah on his head or something, and he got
yeah,
hit.
that's pretty easy news. I mean, Vijay Shankar got hit on the toe, so anything can happen. When you don't need a player, he can get hit anywhere. So expect that in this World Cup as well.
Mm.
But remember that if India do opt for a replacement, India has never won the World Cup if they have opted for a replacement and all. 2019 as well, we opted for two replacements. Dhawan got injured, Pant came in, Shankar got injured. Who came in for Shankar? Mayank Agarwal came in, who hadn't played a ODI till then, hasn't played a ODI still. No, he has.
Yes, yes.
what
But
happened in
he
15 World Cup?
15 nobody got injured. I think.
Yeah,
I
before
think
15, I think Ishan
before the
Sharma.
15, Ishant Sharma got injured. Mohit Sharma came in. He did well. He did well.
And shockingly,
Yes,
straight away got slotted into the 11. Huh?
yes,
Yeah. That's the Dhoni effect
Yeah.
because he
Chennai.
prefers Mohit Sharma.
And did
He,
well.
all three did well. Umesh Yadav, Mohammad Shami,
Yes,
and Mohit Sharma, and then Ashwin and Jadeja. But yeah, uh, I think this discussion will go on till the Asia Cup, and next week we will be up again. I don't think all are up. I think Advait is not free next week because he has a couple of meetings lined up with the Asian
Kesha.
Cricket Council, Jai Shah, and if I'm not wrong, he is getting in touch with Roger Binney as well, the BCCI president. So
Can you
we
get me
might
in
have
touch
some.
with Mayanti by any chance?
No, no,
पर्सनल मत निकालो अभी यहाँ पे,
वही ना
ठीक है.
यार.
Arey, she
वो
will
बाद में अपने
recommend
ऑफ
me
स्क्रीन
to Star Sports.
बात करते हैं ना, ऑफ स्क्रीन बात करते हैं.
Star Sports, yeah. As a professional point of view, is looking at it that next
तो मैं वही
goal
बोल
for
रहा हूँ, ऑफ
us.
स्क्रीन बात करते हैं सर. स्टार स्पोर्ट्स का इतना बड़ा
Off
नहीं है
stream,
ना.
हाँ.
हाँ, ऑफ स्क्रीन करते हैं वो.
See, Cricket Adda is far more bigger than Star
Yes,
Sports. That's pretty obvious. See, we have increased our budgets from 10 rupees to 20 rupees
Yeah,
per
we got
stream
foreign investments now.
for investments, correct. And see, you could see from Shabby's internet that we are the best podcast goer. Next
Hey,
time we will make sure that he has geo fiber in his house, and
I thought all my fans have free access to that or discounts. No.
he's still on idea. That's why it's causing issues, but no worries. The discussion will continue in the next week. Hopefully the Asia Cup squad is announced till then, so we have an idea as to what the team
Yes.
management is thinking, what Ajit Agarkar is thinking, what Rahul Dravid is thinking, and what Rohit Sharma is thinking. Yes, Kevin.
Imagine you see Kishan come and bat tomorrow in the middle order just to prepare for the Asia Cup.
No, he won't be coming.
नहीं
Who
नहीं
would
नहीं,
go
वो
up?
उल्टा सोच रहे हैं ना। किशन ओपनर ही है, अभी गिल
नहीं
बीच
नहीं,
में भेजने का बोल
फिर भी
रहे हैं।
ऊपर कौन जाएगा? और अब बाहर किसको निकालोगे? हार्दिक पांड्या को?
नहीं, सैमसन।
ओके, मेरे को लगा
फिर टी
हार्दिक को
शर्ट
निकाल
कौन
रहे हैं।
निकालेगा? टी शर्ट कौन वो भी इशू है ना। शैबी, डिड यू हियर दैट बिग अनाउंसमेंट which we had on Cricket Adda, wrong one, that if
No,
Sanju
actually, I
Samson,
missed it. Yeah.
yeah, if Sanju Samson scores a century in the Asia Cup slash World Cup, Kevin is going to remove his t-shirt and do the same step which Saurav Ganguly did at Lords. And we have to make sure that at least 27 female viewers will be watching that stream. And if they don't, we will cut the clip and put it on Instagram so that at least 270 females watch that clip. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it for today. I think wrong one. Episode 7, Kevin. We have made it. 7. 3 more and we might get into double figures. Next week, again, we will back on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, both days, we have a T20I game at Florida. And wrong ones people, Cricket Adda's people will be there, is what Kevin is messaging me in the backstage, saying that imagine Sky come and score 100 in Asia Cup against Nepal. Yeah, we play against Nepal, right? After Pakistan, we play against Nepal. That's the issue with the Asia Cup as well. I think there's only one good game. I mean, one competitive. I mean, yeah, Bangladesh could be a good game. India, Afghanistan could be a good game, provided the conditions are difficult to bat. If it's like 350 kind of pitch, then it's of no use. Then India might just thrash one of these teams. But yeah, that's it for today. Such a long discussion because Kevin was waiting for that hot topic, and we got that hot topic at the minute 45, and we went on till 75. So 30 minutes discussion, and we still don't have a conclusion. So doesn't Ajit Agarkar and Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma. We'll be waiting for the World Cup squad, waiting for the Asia Cup squad. Till then, it's goodbye from Wrong One Cricket Adda. Thank you very much. Please do like, share, and subscribe.